All right. The lighting's not too horrible. Okay. Hopefully you can hear me. Big hello to Ruthless, Bill B. Hello, Fred, Brian Sweeney. Bonjour, Paul. Hello, Colette. Hello, Annalisa. Did I get everybody? I think I got most everybody, assuming you can hear me. um, all right. Let's see. All right. Sorry to hear about that, Paul. Let's okay, maybe. All right. Hopefully. Okay, so loud and clear. Thank you, Fred. Um, so last week was an adventure in hello to Esquin and Catherine. Welcome. And then a hello to everybody that's tuning in from the recorded live stream world. So last week was last week was a tough one. So none of our devices were ready for doing hotspotting, and so when we ran into a situation with our internet, then I couldn't connect. We could, and then with YouTube, I think you have to have 1,000 subscribers. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but you have to have a certain number of subscribers before you can do live streams from mobile devices. So I couldn't just live stream from my iPad or my iPhone, even though those were the only things that I could get connected to the internet. So it was it was a super it was a super pain. So yeah, I'm in Boston for work. This is like a super nice little, it's very, no space is misused in this room, but super nice little hotel room. If you don't know who I am, my name is Andrew. I'm a mindfulness meditation coach, certified through the Unified Mindfulness System. I'm a sometimes guest host, although the last 3 weeks, I've got 3 weeks in a row on Do Nothing Project as a guest host. And I'm usually the Do Nothing Project's man behind the scenes and chat moderator. So that's the quick summary. Thank you, Catherine. I did talk to Jeff on Monday, maybe it was Tuesday, but Jeff's back from retreat. Sounds like it was a beneficial retreat, and Jeff will be your host Sunday, and then I'll be back in Tucson by then. So yeah, Ruth, it sounds like you guys had fun or you all had fun without me. And I appreciate that. I think that's a really cool thing that the group was able to make use of, or to make do, given that situation there. So that's like another part of rolling with it, another part of equanimity. So for I've been talking about software and technical things and stuff for like the last hour and a half. So so my mind is trying to go, what was I going to talk about? What was my inspiration for this? I had something that I was thinking about doing, but I might just go with we might end up doing a just sitting with some very, very light guidance. Yes, maybe the Ramones. I'm trying to think of that. What's a good Ramones theme? So, what do we normally do? We normally sit for 25 minutes. There's usually a theme of some sort that I'm quickly trying to figure out. Hello, Gabrielle. And we finish with doing nothing. So we'll always finish with doing nothing. And yeah, trying to think. I I've scattered my brain in an interesting way. So, all right. I wish we could pick a card. I did not bring my deck with. So normally I would just reach behind me and get my deck from, and I also realize I don't have a bell. This is like a classic theme for the Do Nothing Project where Jeff's traveling and doesn't have a bell. So I'll have to use the sound of my voice as a bell. But Seaflow, how many times did we draw a Seaflow out of the deck? Just crazy. All right. So I guess we will go where my body takes us, I guess. We'll see what's alive in the body, and I'll guide from my experience. So what could go wrong? All right. So I got 25 minutes on the clock. Thank you everyone for making it here. And thank you everyone who made it last week. All right. And we'll begin. Again, no bell. So I'm setting myself up I'm setting my posture up. What am I looking for when I'm setting up my posture? I'm looking for my torso to be upright without being uptight. I'm looking to sit in a way that I'll be comfortable for the next 24 minutes and 30 seconds. And my guidance is going to focus on the seated posture. So you could be sitting on a couch or sitting on a cushion. You could be kneeling on a seiza bench or kneeling on a bench or a cushion. But that's what I'm aiming towards, some sort of seated posture. But if you're walking or lying down or standing, just do your best to adopt the guidance for your posture. And then really just checking into, on one level, I always talked a lot about tension, looking for the tension. So I have some tension around my eyes from squinting, bit of tension in my jaw. Just really, ultimately, what's already here, like what's already going on in the body. And then a few deliberate breaths. Breathing in through the nose allows us to breathe low, or slow and low, sorry. So breathing in through the nose allows us to breathe slow, and that allows us to breathe low into the belly. And then finally, the extension of the exhale is a physiological cue to the body that you can move into a rest and relaxation state. So just a few deliberate breaths can sometimes shift that. So when I listen to recordings of myself giving guidance, the tone of my voice often changes from before the breaths and after the breaths. And so there was a suggestion about flow as a topic. And as I'm settling in, I'm noticing changing sensations. And really, that's what flow is about, looking for or noticing changes in our sensory experience. If we open up and allow our focus to float, there is a flow to where our focus lands. So that's something to play with. So we can find aspects of flow and see. So in our vision or our mental image, and hear. So mental talk or hearing in the auditory world. And then in feel. That would be emotional body sensations and physical body sensations. So if you wanted to choose one of those, see, hear, or feel, you could always do that. Or you could focus on all of them for flow. For me, I'm noticing a lot of flow in my physical body, just from sitting today and being in a different posture. And the pattern is the same. We're focusing our attention, or we're, in essence, we notice where our attention is. We soak our attention into it. We note that, and then we optionally label it flow. So we'll have noises from the hallway. Those noises will change over time. And again, flow is a way of talking about sensory experience that changes. So I'll let you explore that. Knowing that my physical environment or my environment is going to bleed into yours with noises and various things. So I'll let you explore flow on your own or your home base if you've chosen that, which is fine too. All right. So you're always welcome to continue with the technique. If you felt like you got into a groove, then you're welcome to continue and just ignore me. But this is your reminder that you can shift, let go of the technique, and move into do nothing. And what are we doing in doing nothing? We're letting go of any intention to control our attention. And if we notice that we're trying to micromanage our attention again, we let go of that. And if we do that 2 or 3 times, then that's what the attention wants to do. Just stepping back and letting it be. So shifting into do nothing. Our sit is over. If your eyes have been closed, go ahead and open them. Reconnect to your surroundings. Thank you for your practice. Thank you for spending the last 25 minutes sitting with me and the last 30 minutes listening to me talk. Just realized there's a red dot right there that I didn't see before. I guess my head was in the way. You're incredibly welcome, Gabrielle. I'm so glad you could make it. Same to you, Paul. I hope things are manageable with the flooding. Excellent to hear, Ruth. Yeah, this was by definition what I needed. So my back is. I got to a point where the last 7 minutes, my back was really tired. So yeah, and to echo to stay safe, Paul. You're welcome, Bill B. Great to have you, Bill B. And Brian, Catherine, Fred, as always, and Colette. So you've got a good streak going, Colette. Excellent to hear, Lynn. I hope Thursday is treating you well. Yeah, it's funny how, so with the time change, it's almost 9 o'clock here, East Coast. So it definitely is a shift for me where this is sort of like this in between. When I'm at home, the sit comes right out kind of after my work day is done, and so then I kind of have this transition, a very Mr. Rogers transition to whatever my night is, my getting dinner and things like that. So yeah, so it's interesting. No, the times aren't changing. I'm just in a different location, Lynn. I'm in Boston. I'm on the East Coast. So thankfully, we mercifully don't have any time changes until. Yeah, so the time is our time that we meet together is the same. It's just I have moved geographically to the East Coast, or I'm not moved. I am temporarily in the East Coast for work, and then I'll be back home and I'll be on West Coast time. But just that East Coast to West Coast shift. So I guess that would be like the Perth versus Sydney in Australia. All right, so I think I'm going to go to sleep. So as I said, Jeff's back from the small amount of time I got to talk to him. It sounded like he had a great retreat. I expect he'll be sharing more about that soon. And oh yeah, Kevin's. For those that don't know, Kevin Lacroix has been doing a morning meditation in the 7 a.m. Eastern time for, I think it's that would technically, well, since the pandemic. So that would be 4 years, I think. Yeah, 4 years. And I appreciate the dedication there. Yes, since the pandemic started. Thank you, Ruth. And if you are in East Coast time or you're in Central and you're an early bird, you can find the connection information for Kevin's sit in the monthly newsletter that goes out for CEC. So if you go to cec.com and you look at the archive for the newsletters, you'll find the information there. And then just to plug, Kevin didn't ask me to plug this, but I believe Kevin's got some courses coming up. So if you check out, I actually don't know where to send you, but Kevin has a course coming up, I think. If you search for Kevin Lacroix, might be able to, or has a weekend thing coming up. Yeah, I probably should know more about it than just I saw it on Instagram. So Kevin and Ralph, who has filled in for me, Kevin and Ralph did a Saturday day long together that was really fantastic. I think Ruth and a couple of you were at that. So, all right. Well, Jeff and the Do Nothing Project on Sunday. That's Sunday. What is that? Doing the thing in my head. That's the 20th, 21st? Sunday the 21st. Yeah, I can't find the info either now. I was just thinking I don't even know where to look. But if you find Jeff, or not Jeff, if you find Kevin on Instagram, I think that's where I saw it. And so I'll see you on Sunday, and then things should be back to normal for me. One of the internet options at home should be working, hopefully. And then if they're not, I think I know how to at least get us like I can do it through my hotspot on my phone. So figured that out now. So incrementally improving over time. I get enough technical difficulties, and I'll get better and better at handling them. So, all right, have an excellent rest of your week and rest of your day, and happy Thursday to our friends in Australia. Bye now.